Bran is one of the more important characters in the story, just behind Jon and Daenerys, so expect him to have a bigger role in the final season than he has ever had. And it's about time, considering he's been hyped up since the very beginning. But so far, we've only got a lot of traveling and off-screen training. Yeah, remember season 5? Well, Bran doesn't. He didn't have a single scene in that season. As the new Three-Eyed Raven, he'll be vital in stopping the Night King, even though he won't be on the battlefield. One thing that'll definitely happen is Bran warging into a dragon. It doesn't matter that it's predictable, we gotta see it happen. The Night King killing Viserion and bringing it into his own army does complicate this. Are we gonna see Bran try to take control away from the Night King, or just settle for Rhaegal? I think it would be more impactful to see Jon flex his Targaryen bloodline and naturally bond with Rhaegal. The dragon was named after his father and Daenerys' brother Rhaegar after all. Plus, we did get that very in-your-face hint in Season 7, with Drogon not being aggressive towards Jon back at Dragonstone, which means Bran will at least try and take control of zombie Viserion, but at most it'll just be a struggle for control. The Night King is way too powerful to let an asset like Viserion slip away from him. He's been honing his powers for thousands of years while Bran just discovered his abilities. Bran should be able to distract them long enough for Jon to land a significant hit on the Night King. But I really do want to see Jon fighting alongside Ghost in the final battle, so Bran can take Rhaegal while Jon is on the ground for a short amount of time. But before the final battle, Bran will serve as the ultimate scout. We've seen him do this before in Season 7, when he warged into all those ravens to check on the dead army. I would like to see one of these ravens stick with Jon and guide him throughout the war. When the Three-Eyed Raven was younger, he was vital in a lot of battles. He may have been a Targaryen bastard, but his half-brother was a king, and together they dealt with a lot of rebellions from some of their other family members. If Bran's been watching some battles throughout history with his green sight, it's possible he has an eye for military tactics now. As a Raven, he can show Jon advantageous positioning to handle an army as big as what they're facing. Bran can also communicate with Jon through dreams. We've seen the Three-Eyed Raven and Jojen Reed enter Bran's dreams, but haven't seen Bran show off this power yet that he should be able to do.
You can't kill it, you know.
Why not?
Because the Raven is you.
If Arya is the one to go to King's Landing and deal with Cersei, Bran can communicate with her through green dreams during her travels along with Jon. Just because they aren't green seers, it doesn't mean Bran can't enter their dreams. In the first season, we see Rickon have the exact same dream as Bran, with them seeing their father Ned in the crypts before even being told he was killed.
What are you doing down here? Come back up with us. No, I came to see Father. How many times have I told you he's in King's Landing with Sansa and Arya? He was down here. I saw him. Saw him when? Last night. When I was sleeping.
This was likely the Three-Eyed Raven's doing, so Bran should be able to communicate with his other siblings just the same. After all the fighting is done, Bran will have one final role. He will legitimize Jon as the next king. Well, that's if he survives the war, which I think he will. Sam also knows the truth about his parents, but who would ever believe him? Bran is like the perfect judge who knows the truth of every scenario and can prove it. If the other lords try to question Bran, he can reveal all their deepest secrets and shut them up real quick. Plus, Bran knows of a trustworthy witness, Howland Reed, who still hasn't appeared in the show yet. Howland is the Lord of Greywater Watch, in a swamp region of the north called the Neck. He's Jojen and Mira's father, but since the showrunners didn't bother showing Mira Reed return home, we'll probably never get a scene at Greywater Watch, which is a very unique place. The castle never remains in one spot, it just floats around in the swamp. It would be ridiculously expensive to make this set for one scene, so Howland's gonna have to make his way up to the main characters instead of them going to him. It would be nice to see a conversation between Howland and Jon. Not only did Howland save Ned's life when fighting Arthur Dayne, but also ended up saving Jon's life. No one will protect Rhaegar's heir after Robert's rebellion. Just look at what happened to Rhaegar's daughter and son he had with Elia Martell. Tywin ordered their deaths when he sacked King's Landing, so they would never challenge Robert's rule in the future. After Bran proves Jon is a true heir to the Iron Throne, he'll serve a similar role that the Three-Eyed Raven did when he lived with his family in King's Landing. He was the most important advisor to several kings, first as a spy master, then the Hand of the King. It seems like Davos has solidified his role as the Hand of the King, so just an advisor that knows and sees all will suffice for Bran. If you guys have your own different predictions and theories, you can let us all know in the comments. And no, Bran is not the Night King or Bran the Builder. That's just being ridiculous. Let's keep these ideas realistic, people. Thanks for watching.